So today we're going to go over some beginner tips for those of you that are brand new to Starbound. One of the first things you'll be doing in Starbound is exploring your starter planet. You'll learn a lot about the game through this process. We'll go over a few tips that'll make it a little bit easier. If you find yourself in a situation where you need some health, a lot of these caves that you'll come across, you'll see hanging vines or something that looks vine-like. If you actually tear these things down and hit C to bring up your simple crafting menu, which is something that you'll be using a bit of, you can make salve with these plant fiber that these vines give you. Another thing you may notice when you're exploring your starter planet is from time to time you'll see that there's actually not only ore on the ground in front of you, but there's also ore in this back wall here. If you right click, you can actually dig out the back wall. If you find yourself limited in hotbar space, there's no need to panic. If you hit X, it will actually switch to your alternate hotbar. You can also lock these hotbars. You can switch to different things on your hotbar very easily by hitting the keys 1 through 6, or if you want to go right to your matter manipulator, you can hit R. When you come across random NPC houses, don't be afraid to poke around their chests a bit. As long as they don't see you physically take anything off of their walls, they won't get upset about it, and I'm certainly not going to tell them. One thing you can do while you're exploring your planet is every once in a while, if you want to see if there's an interactable item near you, you can press Alt, and it will actually show you if there are any chests or anything you can interact with nearby, like up here. One of the first big quests that you're going to have is to collect core fragments to be able to activate this portal here. Core fragments, not surprisingly enough, are found near the core of the planet. There's a couple different ways we can go about this. We can either dig to the core to find the core fragments. They're pretty easy to spot. They kind of are a glowish, reddy, orangey color. Or we can find the mine on the planet and dig through some crates. The mines will all look a little bit different, but they'll have generally the same things around them. There's usually an NPC outside. They're doing something with a tent or warming his hands over a fire. And there's always one of these little gizmos here pretty close to the front of the mine. Now all the crates in these mines are crates that we can actually go through. We'll find core fragments, manipulator modules, we'll find all sorts of stuff. But this is always a good route to go because you'll get a decent amount of stuff and you'll still finish the quest fairly quickly. Torches can be a really great way to show which areas you've actually already discovered and looked through, and they can be crafted from the basic crafting menu, again by hitting C. When moving items between chests, right-clicking or right-clicking multiple times will grab items one at a time, but if you wanted to shift and right-click, it'll actually grab half. If you want to beam up to your ship, all you have to do is go up to the top right corner of your screen and click Beam Up whenever you're on the surface. Or if you're in casual, you can beam up wherever you like. Another thing that I found very helpful whenever I first started is if you're very near the surface and you just cut out the back wall, a lot of times if you're close enough, you can beam up from there too. Your ship and everything you store on it will stay the same no matter what game or server you're playing on. So if there's ever something on a server that you really want to keep and you want to make sure that you have in your own game when you play again, all you have to do is store it on your ship. Once you do finally get your core fragments and activate the teleporter to the outpost, whenever you get there, make sure you interact with the 2 teleporters at the outpost. That way, you can actually teleport back to them later. One thing I would keep in mind when picking up gear throughout the game is whenever you pick up armor, the left slot is actually where the armor is going to need to go. The right slot is purely cosmetic. So the left one will take on the function of the armor, while the right one will take on the look. When you are scanning items for quests, or if you are scanning items to be able to print them later on a pixel printer, you will notice that items glow different colors. Orange items are items that you have already scanned. Blue items are items that you have not yet scanned. And green items are items that will further your quests if you are on a quest to scan items. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned a thing or two about Starbound if you are just starting out in the game, or if you've been playing the game for a long time. I know I've certainly learned a lot from all of you while I've been playing and streaming. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below, or feel free to join us on our Starbound server. There's always people around to hang out with, chat, ask questions, or even answer them. Until next week, happy gaming and happy starbounding.